YouTubers, Minecrafters, and peoples of the intertubes. And welcome back to modded Minecraft, coming to you from the KerPOWCraft Kingdom server. My name is Tolbert, and I'm your host, and thanks for coming along. We're glad to have you. Well, we're up here at the top of the sky bridge that we've been working on, and it's almost done. We gotta finish up that guard tower number 4. It's gonna have a couple of our cactus and sugarcane. And what was the other one? Melons, that's right. That's going to have cactus, sugarcane, and melon farm inside of it. And if you missed the last live stream, we went ahead and built our Squid Farm tank over there. That's got a couple of guardians in it that are making sure to knock out those squids as much as they can. And that's produced for us already with an entire day of... What's that? That's a banner. That's the banner of Lost Me Is. I guess he came and took a visit to our base recently. Oh, that's glad to see that someone stopped by, but sorry, we can't have these banners everywhere. They're taking up space. But as I was saying, after an entire day of AFK, that farm has produced over 250 ink sacks for us, which is beautiful. It's wonderful. But today I am officially tired of dealing with, or with the way I have this set up, for these furnaces. It is time to make an official blacksmith house that's going to be using all these furnaces in a proper furnace array. So we're going to go ahead and tear this down, and we're actually going to build this right next door to where we're at. This particular plot I think is a little bit too small for this project. So we're going to go ahead and build it right here in this area. So let's go ahead and knock out these torches now. So this is where we have plans for it. And let's grab a couple of chests and a couple of items we're going to need. We're going to go ahead and put Lost Me Is banner right down here for right now. We'll come back and move that in a little bit. I'm going to need a total... I believe 2, 4, 6 chests. I think that's enough for 6. Nope, that's only enough for 4. 2 more. So we need a total of 6 chests that we're going to be using here. 2 for the input, 2 for the output, and 2 for the fuel. Oh, I still need 2 more. Not paying attention to what I got going on. As you can probably hear, my voice is a little different than usual. I have been sick over the last little bit. So that's one thing that we got to be working on, or one thing to be aware of. And we're sick, so we got our voice is a little off. All right, so we're gonna grab that stack of basalt bricks because we're gonna plan out a little bit of the building here. I want the building to at least have one row of grass going all the way around. That's going to be the outside walls of our building, which is not leaving in a lot of space inside, but we should be able to have enough to work with. So I need 2 from here to place this down. Okay, so we're going to put that there. We have 6 furnaces, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you only have 3 in my inventory. Oh, okay, that's why I didn't pick everything up. I was about to say, wait a minute. But that's still only 5. Did it get picked up by Hopper? It got picked up by Hopper. There we go. All right, so there's that 6. We're going to have the 6 inputs at the top. And what I would normally do for a furnace array is I would use the hopper mine carts to deposit items into those hoppers. But this time we're going to go a little different. And we're going to need a lot more hoppers than that. So let me gather up all the materials that we're going to need, and then we'll get back to this. Alright, so as I was saying, normally I do a hopper minecart thing where the minecarts come back and across on the top and around the back to fill this up, but we're kind of limited on space, and adding that kind of arrangement takes up a little bit of space. So we're going to do something a little bit more compact this time. So we're going to need to set this up with a bit of redstone is what we're actually going to do. So we're going to have these hoppers all going into each other. Then what we're going to do, we're going to read the redstone signal out of this last one. And that's going to go into a block here. With a redstone torch on the side. And then we have another block here going all the way down. Now I first saw this on, I believe it was Mumbo Jumbo who did it the first time I saw it. And I forgot to grab redstone dust. Just need a bit of redstone dust real quick, and what we're going to do, but we're going to run that dust all the way down that line so that whenever there's not an item in that last hopper, it locks all the lower hoppers. So it's going to push items all the way down this one until it reads the signal. Then it's going to open this up and all items are going to filter into the bottom. That's the idea. We're going to do the same thing around the back for the fuel. Then we have each of these going into the furnaces. Then we have all those coming on top. Then we're going to do the same thing with the redstone signal, and I see I need to push everything over one more. But we'll show how this is done real quick before we push everything over. So we need that there, and then go ahead and run this all the way down like so. With a repeater here. Ooh. Repeater there. And the redstone signal come all the way down. So I need to push everything over one block. Which means this is still going to be awfully tight. Okay, so we're going to actually widen this up to include, go all the way up against the grass. At least on this side. Maybe not the other side. So let's get this finalized. And then we'll go ahead and build up the rest of this. And so we'll be back in just once, or actually we won't be back. We're going to pop on over to the time lapse that you can go ahead and see all this being built. Alright, so there we go. Our auto smelter is all done. I had to change it. I had to switch over to the minecart version. The redstone version that I did an example of is a great way to go for doing bulk smelting. But when you gotta do 1 or 2 items, it's not so good. So we switched over back to the minecart version. So we need to do a couple of finishing items here. Is that for one, we gotta put our little Pholanthus flower and flower pot outside, and we'll put one inside too. We also need a couple of signs for the inside, and that slime you hear bouncing around is coming from underneath me. Apparently we're in a slime chunk here, so we have slimes that are spawning underneath us ever since we took out that mega torch. But okay, first things first, the Pholanthus flower, one right there. And let's go ahead and put the other Pholanthus flower of peace and prosperity inside. Right there next to where the prosperity comes from, because we have melted items. Alright, and so here we go ahead and say items to be smelted. And then over here we'll put smelting fuel. There we go. So now we have the items to smelt and smelting fuel, and let's see if we can't get some things going here. I think we'll start with a stack of glass, so let's make a stack of glass. Let's go ahead and get 6 stacks of fuel here. Let's see if we can get this started. Let's go ahead and, oh, actually let's turn it on first. I like to turn it on first. Let's go ahead and throw in the fuel. Let's throw in the sand there. Should see it get reduced. There it goes. Should already be reduced, and everything be nice and lit up. So everything's starting to be smelted. We already did a couple rounds. You can see we got regular fish and our magic fish, and well, here comes that glass. So that is working perfectly. See, we got our smokestacks going all the way up to the top here, so we don't fill up our area here with smoke. That is, if it actually did make smoke. But just for aesthetic reasons. And we had to extend everything. We had to extend this side all the way to the edge, and I believe that's the only one we had to extend. I believe we have this one line of grass going all the way around. Yep, we do. Which is nice. It's good to have. I popped this out a little bit because just having a one wide block here would be a little bit too tight. I said I will pop that out and make it at least 2 wide going all the way through. But overall, I think it turned out to be a very nice building. We got our little lanterns up there at the top to stop things from spawning on top of the building, because it is dark on top of the building itself. And those being lower blocks, there's not going to be anything spawning on top of those, since those are just slabs. So the only thing that something could spawn is probably right on top of this one. At which point we should probably put some kind of lamp of some sort there. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll throw a lamp on top of there. This is one of these fancy lanterns. We'll see how it actually works going on a bottom block. I'm not quite sure how that'll work out. We may have to build that up just a little bit. Let's see. No, that'll work all right. We'll hardly be able to see that from down below, which is perfect. If we can even see it at all. Nope, just barely see it. Yeah, I think that works out pretty good. So overall, our auto smeltery is done. It's got some more fuel to deliver yet. But it looks like all the glass is done. Yep, there's the full stack of glass. So perfect. Well, we got a little bit more time left, so let's go ahead and come over here. I don't quite know if I showed this off yet. I don't think I did. I don't think I showed this off yet, but we'll go ahead and pop into our little squid farm here. Where the squiddies are, and where we have our guardians. We went ahead and name tagged the guardians. We got them tagged as squid hunters. And let's hurry up and get out of here before they decide to kill us. So let's actually try that again. We want to get close enough to see those name tags. Here, buddy. There you go, squid hunters. Yep. You got me. Yeah, you got me. Okay. We'll throw those back in there for the minecart to pick up. Minecart down here is running back and forth. It's going to grab each and every one of those ink sacks that drop there. So it's going to run the entire line, come back here to this area and unload, and then it'll take back off. So that works out nicely. We just need to get a way to continue pushing the squids the rest of the way in there. We're using what's called dread lamps. But what the dread lamps do is they stop the natural spawn of things. We have some set up around here. I believe it's set up underneath here. No, it's not set up underneath here. Back this way. We're going to go ahead and move it forward a bit. Oh, it's around here somewhere. There it is. We'll move that forward a little bit. It's there, so let's push it. Push it to this block. So that way it'll help push the spawns of those squids just a little bit farther into the tank itself. So that ought to be good. Let's put the rest of this stuff back down, and we're actually going to go ahead and end here for today. And we're going to say, have yourselves a wonderful day out there. Hope you're having a good one. And we will see you. Oh, it's at a point where I can't get to it. Well, that's not fair. Let me just grab some more of this. As I was saying, we will see you in the next episode. Take care now, and we'll see you soon.